All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the very first weekly rewind of the 2022 fantasy football season in prime time. Obviously, this is a pretty different format from the Google Docs of the rewinds in the past, but I was looking to do a little something different this year, and we're going to move forward with the rewinds in more of a podcast format to allow for a lot more shit talking and conversation. So I'm here with Jake, and he'll be sticking around for this season. And we are going to be doing this, every week. This is our new rewind. So, like Jake said before this, we only accept positive feedback. So if you hate this, fuck you.
Indeed, and maybe we'll have some guest roles in here in
Yeah.
the podcast. So
we're gonna have to get the guests that actually win though. So I don't think Manta will be on here very
I don't know.
often.
I think the losers would be pretty fun to be on too. Micah Parsons would not join us, unfortunately, but
Oof.
yeah, maybe we'll see if we can get Preston on or something.
So anyways, this is as this is the first rewind of the year, we're gonna talk a little bit, obviously, about the matchups from the past week, like we always do. We're gonna talk a little bit about the matchups for the upcoming week, and as it's actually Friday, we are going to get a glimpse at how next week had started because the Thursday games had already played. This week we're gonna probably talk a bit about which teams look the most dangerous, which teams look like shit. Preston. It's the start of the season. Everybody loves a bit of blind speculation, as you know. We'll probably touch on standings, best players of the week we'll do, and any big transactions or trades that happened, I guess. So we're going to roll right into the matchups, I guess. What do we got going on first? We'll start with me and Nick B, because that'll be short and sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Nick slapped me around a bit. T. Higgins got concussed. Michael Pittman was a beast. That was good. Nick
30 points for Michael Pittman Jr. in week one. Huge week one for him.
Unfortunately, Nick B beat me 145 to 116. So, tough scenes.
Showing Travis Kelce still worth picking up pretty high.
God, I hate Travis
like
Kelce.
Kyle Pitts, but geez.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts stunk.
25-point difference between those two tight ends in week one is tough. That's tough to overcome.
That is brutal.
Another very notable thing I noticed from this game is had Alvin Kamara been suspended, this actually would have been a closer matchup because A.J. Dillon would have been in the starting spot and got Bryant about 13 more points. So
yeah, that 20
too
points
bad he wasn't
from
suspended.
Dillon. That 20 points from Dillon would have been nice. I don't think it would have mattered, though,
Yeah.
It would have been okay. Kyler looked like buns until later in the game. Jalen Hurts looked fine. Gabe Davis caught that touchdown. Good for him.
And Brinkman's even got to be really happy about seeing Jerry Jeudy on the bench get 25 points in week one. So that's somebody that's going to be tough whether to decide between him or like McLaurin.
That's true, actually. In a game where the Broncos put up 16 points,
DJ Moore.
Hey,
yeah.
25 points.
We'll see how that goes for Nick in the future.
I mean, James Cook with negative 1.8 on the benches.
That's tough. George Pickens, I believe he got targeted in the end zone. I didn't watch. Well, actually, I did watch that game, but he didn't get that many targets to him. He should have a good year, but I don't know. That was kind of an interesting game. The Steelers' offense was looking pretty questionable.
Yeah.
Most of that game, their defense was insane until T.J. Watt.
That's
RIP.
true. Yeah, the Peck. I heard he's not out for the year though.
No, I was surprised to hear that. I thought he was out too. Just the way he reacted instantly on the field.
So good for him.
Field. Yeah.
My kicker got injured halfway through the game, Harrison Butker. It might have been opening kickoff actually. He tweaked his ankle.
That's got to be a rare kicker injury.
He rolled his ankle on a kickoff, and he came back, hit a few more field goals, but he's on my IR this week because he's ruled out.
That has to be pretty unique to have a kicker on IR.
I said, fuck it. We got two spots. I got Brian Robinson in the other, and it's like, hey, man, well, what else are you going to do?
That's insane.
So we're going to move on from this matchup because I don't want to look at it anymore.
That's enough for that matchup.
Next up, we've got Mr. Unlimited, Greg Sense. If you haven't seen that Russell Wilson clip, by the way, I implore you to look up Mr. Unlimited on YouTube. Russell Wilson.
I also recommend it.
It's an excellent clip. It will make you cringe though. And yes. Brandon played Mr. Unlimited. Bateman sucks. It was ended up being a Brandon dub, 169, nice, to 150. So pretty good game actually. Greg put up a good score. Kind of sucks to be him. I think he was third highest scoring team this week.
Yeah, he put up a good performance, but it's tough to beat Brandon when he's got Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things,
Yeah, no
putting up
kidding.
37.5 points.
And Devontae didn't miss a
Devontae
step
30.
either.
Holy crap! And the one that surprised me, obviously, still Cordell Patterson. Still, I never drafted him in any league so far, but maybe next year I'll have to do that if he keeps this up.
When we were at Lemons
Cordell
for the
Patterson.
draft, when we were at Lemons' place, we were giving Cordell Patterson a lot of shit for probably not
Oh yeah, I
keeping
didn't like
him.
him at all. But week one, he did the Cordell Patterson things like
Yeah.
last year.
And on
So-
Greg's team, I mean, it's got to be nice to see Michael Thomas catch 2 touchdowns. He looked good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
JT did
Actually,
JT things, 161 yards. Jesus.
And for Brandon's team, I don't know if he's ever going to use Garrett Wilson, but I watched some highlights from the game, and his
But
route
did he
running
look
looked
good?
pretty nasty.
Dang.
He's got some potential there. I don't know. He might need Zach Wilson to
Yeah.
play, but
Zach Wilson sucks, dude.
yeah, that was a pretty good matchup. That was a high-scoring matchup. I feel bad for Greg for not being able to pull that one out.
It's got to be encouraging,
151
though. You
points.
know, it hurts, but it's got to be encouraging to put up
Yeah.
that big of a score. You think? I mean, Mixon
you
looked
could lose
good. JT was a beast. Chase, but Chase had like what was it? 16 targets in this game. Yeah, he had 16 targets.
So many.
And Joe Burrow after the game said he has to get Jamar Chase the ball more. I'm like,
That second half was all Jamar Chase.
that is gross.
That's how they got back into that game.
32 points for Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow says that's not enough. Disgusting.
Yeah.
All right, is there
All
anything
right,
else you
moving
like
on
on
to the
this
next
one?
matchup.
Yeah.
That's all I got for this one.
Let's move up to what we got. We got the skeptical Jags fan, LK.
Yep.
Attaboy. Did the Jags win this week? They
No,
played Washington,
lost.
right?
They lost to
Oh,
Washington.
pain.
Dude,
Dude,
I don't remember
Lane,
if that one went to overtime or not, but that was down to the wire. I don't think it did.
Lane, I'll ruin your skepticism right now. If you're losing to Washington, you're in for a rough year, dude.
Carson Wentz threw for 4 touchdowns.
he had
Two to John
he was the second
Dodson,
highest
the
scoring
21
fantasy
Samuel.
quarterback this week, man.
4 touchdowns, 2 picks. They'll take that any day.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
will.
that's crazy.
So
Carson
Lane
Wentz.
played George this week. George ended up slapping him. Daddy beat him up 145 to 122. Big game, especially for a 10-point Brady game. Granted, Dak on Lane's team only had 2. Dak looked garbage even before the injury. That offense looked really bad.
This was totally led by A.J. Brown and Cooper Kupp. A.J. Brown put up nearly 30. Cooper Kupp getting about 35.
Cup did cup things.
And what I love to see was Clyde Edwards-Helaire putting up
Oh, my
22. That was fun to watch.
yeah,
He looked- he had
yeah,
the
you
biggest
would
run
like that.
in
He's
his
your dynasty
career.
running back.
Yeah, no ulterior motives there, but
2 tutties.
I believe his previous best carry was like 26 or 31 yards, and that one he had at the end of the game. Actually, I'm not thinking of Thursday already. I'm ahead of myself. 'Cause I'm thinking about the game that was literally last night. But
Oh yeah.
anyway, last night he had a 55-yard run and probably
That's
put up
true.
like a lot of points too. But
He had
yeah,
a
Clyde
decent game.
Edwards-Helaire, he's off to a good start this year, so that might have been a good pick for George.
And
Defending
Lane's
champion
oh
George.
man, defending champ George. Oh damn.
Yeah.
I never want to say
Yeah.
that again.
I don't think it's gonna happen again, but we'll see.
Lane has
I'll
to
doubt- be the first
absolutely.
doubter,
Oh,
George.
he has to love Jacksonville Jaguar Christian Kirk putting up 20 points in this game. Represent. God damn.
That is represent moment.
Is he your only Jag? He is Lane's only Jag. Dropped a 20 bomb. Oh yeah,
I'm slightly
because
disappointed
Greg
in
dropped.
Lane for only having one jet.
That's because
but,
Greg sniped T-Law in
I
front of him.
remember. I was very glad to be present in person for that, knowing that Trevor Lawrence was going to be picked. And Lane's
So-
not going to get to have him.
If you ignore Dak on Lane's team actually played pretty well. I mean, if his quarterback didn't put up 2
Very
points,
possible to win that.
he could have won that
Very
game.
possible.
Deontay looked
Yeah.
fine. I mean, he fumbled, unfortunate. But Kirk had a good game. Najee got hurt. He didn't look that great. Honestly, he didn't catch that many passes. 2 catches. That was a big thing for him last year. Swift, 30 points. Excellent. Waller seemed fine. Amon-Ra looked good, which is huge. Not a whole lot
really
going on the
like-
bench.
I really like Drake London. I think he's
12
going to be really
points.
good this
Actually,
year.
that's a
He
good
got
point.
12 in his first week. I don't know. That could be someone that could take the spot over like a Deontay Johnson or something.
Stepping right into
whoever he
Ridley's
wants to.
spot.
I know
man.
Chris Godwin, who's back, could probably be thrown in the rotation.
He
for
better hop
Lanes
off
or
because
something,
Kyle
but
Pitts has got to be that guy.
That's maybe Mariota will support everybody on the Falcons.
Interesting
Yeah.
enough, actually, George has 3 quarterbacks in his team, and Tom Brady with 10 points was his highest scoring quarterback. He has Matt Stafford with 1.8, took 7 sacks, holy shit. And Rodgers,
Oh yeah,
George's guy,
that game felt
Aaron
like
Rodgers,
so long ago, but that was just wild what the Bills were able to do.
negative
And I
0.3.
heard somewhere they didn't actually blitz ever. They just got pressure.
Yeah, it was
without even
4-man rush the
blitzing.
entire game, man. That was
Literally
disgusting.
the entire game. Watch out for the Bills, obviously.
Yeah,
Jeez.
cursed quarterbacks in this game. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks between these two teams, and not a single one of them scored over 10.8. That's terrible. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you can look for the waiver wire at that point. That is tough.
I'm gonna bop over to Manthai and Lemons.
I can't wait.
I
Surely
can.
This is a close game, right? This
Yeah,
is a close game?
There's
I didn't look yet.
It is. Oh man, wow.
Wait a minute. This is PPR, right?
This is full PPR, yes.
This is PPR.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lemons put up 154. That looks like a PPR score. That's a hell of a game. Second highest score.
Yeah, but
What about
Preston's,
Manthai?
It's kind of I don't know if it's glitched. I might have to look closer at that one, but it looks like he's got less than 100. Is that right? Yeah.
Week 1, everybody was healthy.
Surely
95
that's
points.
not right.
I see a Cole Kmet goose.
I can't wait for Preston to say it was because George Kittle was out. That's why I lost by 60 points. That's gonna happen.
Oh
That will
no.
happen.
Honestly, it's hard to blame Cole Kmet for the goose. That weather was. I don't know if anybody else saw the weather in that game, but you could literally do a slip and slide down the field.
Oh my god, that was crazy. Another thing from this game I'm just realizing right now is Rodrigo Blankenship, who was just released by the Colts,
The rocket
actually
ship.
scored 9 points, which is the exact amount of points that the best 2 kickers in the leagues combined for in week 1.
Oh,
So I'm just amazed that was able to happen.
that is actually incredible. Wow.
The guy that got cut was able to score the same amount of points as the 2 best kickers in the league. Oh my god.
Combined.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. The good thing the Buffalo defense had 19 points for Preston. Otherwise, he would have been in the 80s.
I hope that this can't get any worse for Preston.
Oh, it definitely can. Yeah, I mean, Dak's gone.
His team name as well. Hopefully, I win in Dynasty. I should probably check to see if I can pull this
It might
up
end up
here.
being the same team name this
How'd
year.
Dynasty go? Oh my. It looks like he lost by about 50 to Trent.
Holy
He
shit.
scored 77 in Dynasty, a half PPR.
Ew.
This
About
was
as
just a
bad
tough
as
week
this.
for Preston, apparently.
Yeah, he was drinking some alcohol this week. Holy.
He's got a lot to improve on. But yeah, Lamar scoring 47. Not Lamar. Patrick Mahomes scoring 47.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
And
Mahomes
Saquon
and
having
Saquon
an
looked
insane week.
fantastic. He looked like
did.
old Saquon in this.
And the Giants get a victory, and that is huge.
I can't
surprising
believe that.
victory over the Titans.
Yeah, that was incredible. Debo, I mean, he was used correctly. That game was tough. Tyreek looked good. I mean, Zeke stunk. Well, the thing about Zeke is he looked fantastic, but the Cowboys stunk. Dak going out doesn't help. I'm worried about him for the future. But the fact that Lemons can put up 154 without Zeke basically is disgusting.
Yeah. I'm scared about that one too.
That's most of the highlights on Mike's side of the ball. I mean, Gibson had a good game on the bench, and James Robinson looked great. Good for him.
Mhm.
Mike Williams stunk, but also imagine benching Mike Williams week 1. Wild.
Oh my god! And speaking of Mike Williams, last night,
Oh yeah.
Thursday night football game, if you watched, he caught every single ball that came his way. It was just incredible what Mike Williams.
No Keenan Allen though. I will note. No Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. He's on my team, and I was expecting Mike Williams to be, he'd have a good, solid game, but nothing too crazy because that's like no Keenan Allen. They should be able to contain him. No, every time it was 1-on-1, it was thrown up, and Mike Williams was getting over people, catching it around. It was crazy what he was able to do there. Yeah, Keenan Allen being out is not great for me right now, but
hate to see it. He should be back next week, I would think.
I hope so.
I'm gonna briefly go over Manthai's side of the field because
Yeah.
I mean we don't want to stay on this stink for too long. I mean I see literally 0 stats next to Cole Kmet, which is kind of wild. So Joe Burrow 17, 4 picks, yikes. CeeDee Lamb 5, yikes. No Dak makes him very scary, but he wasn't very good even with Dak. Mike Evans, good game. Hurt though. We'll see if he plays this week. Aaron Jones 10, disappointing. He'll probably be more involved. Chubb 18, nice. Kmet, Goose, Mitchell, IR, yikes. What was his injury again? Knee injury, right?
Yeah.
Did he have surgery? No, expected to miss 8 weeks.
Elijah Mitchell, great strategy is always grabbing the first 49ers running back that you can because that usually pays off.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows
in
that
the
Kyle
past.
Shanahan only plays undrafted free agents at running back.
Yeah, so
So Elijah
that's just
Mitchell missing some
extremely
time.
unlucky for Preston there.
He'll probably end up on the IR. Zay Jones on his bench was one of his best players. Get dubbed. McPherson, Gross. Buffalo defense, highest scoring player on his team. Buffalo defense, yes, 19 points.
Yeah, Jamal Williams was able to steal. Did he steal a pair or did he just steal one? I have to
He has
look
two
now,
touchdowns.
Yeah, if he stole 2 touchdowns.
And Swift
from
still had
DeAndre Swift.
Swift still had like
He
30
still had a
points.
good game.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah,
right.
Watch out for Detroit, everybody.
Let's get off. Yeah, Hard Knocks bump. Let's get off this matchup. I'm sick of vomiting. Last matchup of the week, we had the baseball Kyler Murray. Who, Cade, you don't have Kyler on your team anymore. Change your name. Was he even on your team last year? Actually, I don't even remember.
I think so.
Yeah, he must have been.
So.
And we have yours truly, Jake Jorgensen, squeaking out a win, 131.92 to 127.36, 4-point game.
Game of the week.
Tough scenes to be Cade, but also you didn't put up that many points, so it's not like you really deserved to win.
I didn't think I deserved to win this one.
Yeah, you were the lowest scoring winner, but you outscored every loser except for Greg, so hey, fair play.
Yeah. I didn't love what I saw to Austin Eckler in his usage week 1.
Yeah.
And Keenan Allen, I remember him getting injured. I don't remember what quarter that was he got injured in, but that was also tough where he didn't get to play the full game.
It was pretty early.
More points there. I thought it was early.
Yeah, it was first half for sure.
First half, yeah. So maybe I could have got up to like 140 or something with him playing. But either way, going into Monday night is where this got pretty interesting. Going into the Seattle game against Denver. The score was, I was down by 6. I was like 112 to 118. It was Javonte versus DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf projected 12.5. Javonte projected 14. So Cade was projected to win by like 3 points or so. I think it was what it was at. And this game started, the start of the game was Javonte Williams, just 3 carries, like 32 yards. He was getting like 10 or 11 a pop. So I was feeling really good. But I know DK Metcalf, and he just gets like, can catch a 50-yard ball over anybody. So I was still pretty nervous. But that was a fun game to watch just because, actually, it was fun, but also they kept putting in Melvin Gordon at the 1-yard line, which really pissed me off. So I was a little active in the chat there, like, get Javonte in. And then when Melvin Gordon actually fumbled at the 1-yard line, that was the saddest thing I could have seen because I was like, Javonte literally could have had 6 points there. Instead, nope, nothing. But then later on, Javonte just gets peppered with targets, and I believe, if I look here, he caught
11 balls.
It was 11. Yeah, he caught 11 balls.
He had more receiving yards than rushing yards.
That's crazy. He only had 7 carries, but he had 43 yards, so that was really efficient. So I wanted them to run it more to him, but I'm never going to complain about 11 catches in PPR. Like,
no, yeah, you can't. I mean, 7 carries, but 18 touches, and 18 touches for Javonte is kind of all you need.
Yeah, and what was I felt bad for Cade because DK Metcalf was being targeted. Akers too. I felt bad about Akers.
Here's the thing, though, right? If you're Cade, if you're not starting Cam Akers this week, look at his bench, right? Pre-week 1, right? The scores don't exist. He's got, I mean, obviously Kenneth Walker didn't play. You're not starting him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Claypool, but probably not. I mean, he's going real late in drafts. Are you going to start the rookie Treylon Burks? Probably not. Sammy Watkins, hey, week 1 boom, Sammy Watkins without Allen Lazard? Maybe. And Sammy would have gotten him the win. Mark Ingram? No. I mean, Hunter Renfrow is probably your guy, right? You start Hunter Renfrow. Yeah. And he had 4.1. Hunter Renfrow he still loses the game with Hunter Renfrow. Barely. He loses it by half a point, but he loses the game with Hunter Renfrow.
And also, Travis Etienne, I don't know, I'd be a little concerned there with how good James Robinson's been looking.
Yeah, Robinson kind of looks like
he looked really good.
Etienne will still get touches, but Robinson will be the Chubb of that backfield, and Etienne is probably going to be more of a Kareem Hunt.
And what I was kind of mentioning before, back to the Seattle-Denver game, DK Metcalf, he was getting targeted a decent amount late in that game, but every single time he was getting a ball thrown his way, someone on Denver was just hacking him and not even getting a chance to catch him. There were a lot of penalties, which will not help in fantasy football. So
and you tell me
DK
Metcalf. If you tell me DK Metcalf has 7 receptions, I'm looking at like 120 yards, but he had 36 yards.
Yeah,
like
nothing too.
This is a whole new DK Metcalf with Geno Smith throwing on the ball, and I don't know if I ever want to be a part of that. But Justin Jefferson, 43 points. I mean, jeez.
That was the difference.
He's doing JJF things.
that was the toughest thing for me to watch, going against it and being a Packers fan. So I guess it was kind of funny, Cade getting to be at least slightly happy,
Yeah.
but also probably crying because from the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, Cade's team looked genuinely bad apart from that. I mean, Herbert looked fine, right? I mean, Herbert picked up that rib injury last night, so we'll see. It sounds like he's day to day, so he should be back and ready to go, hopefully, next week. But yeah, I mean, Jefferson carried because the rest of his team, I mean, Ertz had double digits, good for him, but that's it, man. Baltimore.
I know Rashad Bateman on my team caught like a, I don't know what it was, 30-yard touchdown or something like late in the game.
Oh yeah, he did.
Maybe, actually, it might have been like 50.
50 it was 55, I think. I think it was 55.
55? Yeah, 55, something like that. He caught one late in the game, which made it look a little better at 15 points.
That actually saved your life.
Really good about that.
Nice.
Yeah, that play saved my life. And Stephon Diggs late in the game also had a 50-yard touchdown. So
wow.
Some of those players, like, just catching bombs.
Disgusting.
Obviously, Justin Jefferson was doing that all night. So yeah, and that's a tough way to start out for Cade, who was second place last year. So George got the win, started out 1-0, and then third place. Who was it last year?
Third place last year
Greg.
Was Greg.
Oh, Greg started out
because of Jamar Chase. Okay. Respect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was crazy with Jamar Chase at the end.
Was that his like 50-something point game where he had?
Yeah. Yep.
Like 200.
Was it
yards.
in the third place game? It had to have been.
Yeah, it was.
Because that would have been the championship. Oh my God, that's crazy. Because was it the year before that Alvin Kamara had like 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
The year before
I don't even want to talk about it, dude. That's Kareem Hunt for me. I hate Kareem Hunt. I had a start-sit decision. I don't even remember who I was playing that year. I had a start-sit decision, and it was Kareem Hunt, and I don't even remember who the other guy was. And I picked Kareem Hunt, and all I needed was like 2 points, man. And he had like 1.8, and that was. And then the next week would have been the ship. Very next week, Kamara hits that 5 touchdown game. I was like, oh my God.
I remember that might have even been the year. It might have been like honestly, it could have been like 3 years ago. I remember 2 years ago, Saquon had an insane game in the championship, and Lamar. They both had like insane. Because I remember I was playing against Robbie Robb, who's something you don't know, but he's in the Dynasty League, and he had Saquon and Lamar, and they just carried his team to a victory that year for the championship. Yeah.
Damn.
All in all, though, that was a pretty solid week one.
Yeah. Good matchup.
I'd say everybody that got over 100 did pretty good that week.
Get dubbed. Couldn't be me, just scraping by with 116.
Yeah.
But hey, so a quick look at the standings. I know this week obviously pretty uneventful. I mean, teams that won are top 5. So top of the order is Brandon with 169 points. 4 Lemons 154, Nick B 145, George 145, very close there, 0.2. Jake, you are bottom of the top 5 at 131, and then Greg, Cade, Laner, me, and Manthai round out the bottom 5, all with L's. Every team has made a transaction except for George, Nick B, and Brandon. Somehow Lemons has already made 5. That's kind of bonkers, but
that's respect.
It's week 1, dude. But yeah, hey, respect. Best players of the week by position. Patrick Mahomes took out the quarterback with 46.9 points. He was on Mike's team. Kudos to him. Also on Mike's team, Saquon, 36.4. Disgusting. Justin Jefferson, 43.4 for Cade. Yeah, that was a tough game to watch, man.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, 29.1. Nick B. Young Ho Koo for the Kickers. He was a free agent, 19 points. I did pick him up this week, so sucks for you guys trying to get it nice. best kicker in the league, Manthai, come at me. While Butker's on the IR spot, Young Ho Koo's going to be kicking. And who knows, maybe Atlanta's offense is just good enough to get into field goal range. Young Ho can keep popping them in there. Defense was
love it.
Pittsburgh defense, 27 points for Greg. That was disgusting.
As someone who watched that live, that was incredible what they were able to do.
Yeah, 4
TJ
picks.
Watt had himself a game. Minka Fitzpatrick.
It sucks that he got hurt.
A game. That was a crazy field goal block at the end of it. Actually, was it a PAT? I think it was a PAT.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah, it was an extra point. It was an extra point. Yep.
Yeah, that was a crazy block. I don't know why, but I was also kind of like I could see this something going wrong here. Just in the moment, it felt like it. But yeah, sometimes that happens with McPherson, second best or the best kicker in the league.
Yeah, that's minus 3 points, I believe, in our league. So tough. Let's look at some cheeky transactions quick. Manti picked up Zay Jones for $1. Who cares? Blankenship got picked up. Oh, was this before the season? September. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Jeff Wilson, biggest bidder, $20 from Cade. So hopefully he's actually good. I don't know. I mean, I've had Jeff Wilson in the past in a few leagues where he's been the guy because the starter got hurt.
Yeah.
And I just haven't been happy with it, man. It doesn't matter in that offense. But, hey, maybe Jeff Wilson will be the guy. I snagged Curtis Samuel. Lemons got Taysom Hill, the sneaky
I was talking to Lemons.
end.
That's the cheat code.
Yeah,
we'll see. He's a tight end.
Honestly, if Kamara doesn't play this week, and he hasn't practiced yet, if Kamara doesn't play this week, Taysom Hill's probably the biggest benefactor to that.
Yeah.
He's probably the next guy up there. Greg got Pittsburgh defense for $3. Yep. Oh, Greg didn't. Pittsburgh defense was unowned this week. I didn't realize that.
That is crazy. T.J. Watt will be gone, but
I guess they played the Bengals.
Pittsburgh still look pretty good.
They'll be fine. Who do they play this week? They've got Patriots. Yeah, they'll be fine.
Patriots look terrible.
Yeah, so bad. Blankenship got cut by Lemons for McManus. And you picked up Gerald Everett. That seems like a good pickup. Gerald Everett looked good, especially last night too. 14 and 13 points in the first 2 weeks. Very nice, honestly.
Happy about that.
Got to be happy about that. And
George had to drop
Keenan Allen being hurt,
Was that Lemons? Lemons picked up for Denver defense.
Cut Tennessee.
And cut Tennessee. I guess I could see cutting Tennessee after losing to the Giants.
They still 10.5 points against the Giants, but yeah, I mean they have Buffalo this week. No, Tennessee's defense isn't that good. Yeah. You can cut any defense.
Anyone versus Buffalo.
Nah.
I wouldn't start the 85 Bears versus Buffalo this year.
Devin Duvernay from Manti. Cool. He needs it.
Yeah.
So that's it for transactions this week. Let's peep the matchups for this week. I am very happy to announce that I have Preston this week.
Congrats.
Yeah, he has to start Zay Jones. So if I lose this game, I'm going to feel real bad.
Live projections.
It's close, yeah. Yeah, Kamara's only projected for 12 points. I'm not even sure if he's going to play. Hopefully Pittman plays. Pittman's been banged up too. My team is like
Lazard. I don't think you're ever. Are you even going to consider Lazard if he plays?
Nah, it sounds like T. Higgins might play. Hopefully he comes through the protocol for concussion.
Darrell Henderson, you're going to have to see a couple more weeks before he gets in the starting rotation. Is that right?
I'm comfortable starting Darrell Henderson, but I don't want to.
So, like him and A.J. Dillon this week, you're going to make kind of a game-time decision?
No, Dillon over Henderson for me.
Okay.
But if Kamara doesn't play, Henderson's getting in there.
Yeah, I like that.
So, and hopefully Dillon outscores Aaron Jones again this week so I can rub it in Manti's face that I have the RB1 for Green Bay.
Oh, that's worth it. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, somehow Manti still has the stones to start Evan McPherson even after he had that tough week one. So
and Preston did pick up Duvernay and looks
not
like
starting
currently he's got Zay Jones.
That's actually disgusting.
Interesting.
Zay Jones didn't look bad last week, but I mean,
no, he didn't look bad.
Zay Jones
after
fantasy.
Picking him up, I don't know.
Disgusting. All right, let's move on.
He's going to roll with Evan McPherson. That's a big talking point. Which kicker will Preston play each week?
Oh, does he? I mean, he has to still tuck, right? When is Manti going to cut a kicker? That's the question. Or trade?
It's not happening.
Nobody's trading for a kicker, right? I mean, it's a kicker.
And Oh, never mind. I thought Preston didn't have Elijah Mitchell in the IR, but there's 2 IR.
No,
spots.
He does. Yeah, we have 2. Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, let's look at Greg and Laner. Both teams started off 0-1, although Greg put up 150. Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Coming at you. Jamar Chase is going to have a game. He does what he does. That lineup's looking pretty juicy. Michael Thomas, JT, Mixon, Hawkinson. Oh, Hawkinson and Muth. 2 tight ends.
Man.
He's got a tight end in the
this.
flex. Oh, god damn.
I absolutely love this.
I mean, honestly, you can't start Allen Robinson this week. Do you have the confidence to start Jahan Dotson when he had 3 catches and 2 of them are touchdowns?
David Montgomery. I like Khalil Herbert. I like Khalil Herbert. No.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't mind the 2 tight ends.
Julio, I think you can start Julio
Robert
this week
Woods.
personally, but hey.
Julio.
I mean, you can't start Dameon Pierce
Maybe.
until he out-touches Rex Burkhead. Robert Woods looks like
Jahan
garbage.
Dotson. I'd honestly, I can convince myself to start Jahan Dotson over
No
Freiermuth this
shot.
week.
I could not
I really
do it.
could.
I could not.
I totally could.
I mean, he had a good game last week. He had 18 points, but I mean, he had 3 catches and 2 of them were touchdowns. That feels like a fluke. I mean, Carson Wentz ain't throwing for 4 touchdowns again, right?
I don't know why. I
Do
just
you
really
believe
think that I could convince myself to start Jahan Dotson.
I'd start Julio or Montgomery
Detroit.
over Dotson pretty easily. But hey,
I don't think I can do Julio yet. I don't know. I don't think I can do Julio yet, but
no Godwin. He'll be fine.
you could prove. Yeah, he could
He had
prove
11
me
points
wrong.
last week.
Is Mike Evans still
It's
questionable?
yes, he
Or
is.
he is bad?
Him, Julio, both practiced limited. I think Fournette practiced limited. I want to say Godwin's out, right? I don't remember. Oh yeah, Godwin is out. Yep, because Lane has him on his bench. He's ruled out. But Russell Gage was limited
Russell
too.
Gage, yeah.
That entire Tampa offense is injured.
Yeah, they really are.
Lane side of the ball.
They got Leonard Fournette still, though.
Projection to lose by 3. The skeptical Jags fan starting Jared Carr against Arizona. Honestly, not even a bad start. Arizona looked terrible. Deontay, Christian Kirk, Najee, Swift. Is Swift locked to play? He's questionable with the ankle injury. He missed. Oh, he did practice Friday. Okay, he'll probably be fine then. Waller, Amon-Ra, Matt Gay, and LA defense. Yeah, seems good. Should be a good game. We'll see which one of these teams can go 1-1.
I can't wait to see if Greg keeps Freiermuth in there.
Oh, that'd be nice. Honestly, he looked good last week. The Muth.
Yeah,
he
did.
Good.
He did look good.
Moving on to.
Yeah.
Let's go to Brandon versus Jake. The Jake being the Bateman, and Brandon changed his team name to Bateman Sucks. That's some shithousery right there. I'm down for this. Brandon's projected to win by about 10 points. Originally it was 140 to 129. You bumped it up to 131.
And Keenan Allen being out drops that projection to like about probably 5 or 6 points realistically.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that does kind of suck. It's gonna be. I'm gonna have to decide on this flex spot still. I've got Kareem Hunt in there currently,
Didn't
but I
could have like
totally
2 touchdowns last week.
I don't even know why I drafted Chase Edmonds. Like, he's not terrible, but I just don't. I feel like every week I'm never gonna play him. I'm gonna be like, oh, I get some more upside to this guy, whatever.
Hey, if Christian Watson catches that that bomb, if he catches that bomb last week, he's a good game.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I just thought I might as well pick him up. And I got Dobbs too.
Yeah.
Michael Carter looked really good.
He did.
Last week.
Yeah.
So that's somebody that if I wait a couple weeks, he might be coming to flex rotation. Then again, Keenan Allen will be back, so I've got it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So you do know that as long as your team name is the Bateman, you are legally obligated to start Rashad Bateman.
That is, yeah, I know that. I put a little pressure on myself there.
Yeah, it's in the contract. If you name your team after a player,
so I'm gonna have to
start.
Yeah, my flex is actually never open. Now that I think about it, it's gonna be Bateman the entire year. That is tough.
Yeah. Oh, unless you change your name.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Honestly, Brandon's lineup scares the shit out of me. Josh Allen's a beast. Devontae looked like a stud muffin. Waddle looked good. Dalvin Cook's disgustingly good. Patterson, scary. Dalton Schultz had a good game last week. He was the only Cowboy with a good game last week. I think Sutton's a beast, even though he was iffy last week. And that's a gross lineup, man. I'm afraid of that.
I'm afraid of that. The one thing I can kind of look at and be like, at first I'm like, 31 from Josh Allen. He can't go that much over his projection.
He's playing Tennessee. Yes, he can.
He can go over that projection.
He just put up 37 against the Rams, man.
And Devontae can put up 25
easily more than 20 points
against the Cardinals.
32 last week. 17 targets last week.
And Jalen Waddle, one play, he's getting more than 13. That scares me.
Both those defenses is good.
They've got some high upside guys there.
Yeah, be afraid of that lineup. Jeez.
I am afraid of this lineup. I respect it. I do. My one thing that I have is I've got Michael Carter, and he's got Breece Hall, and I have the running back one there. Love it.
Yeah, but you're both benching them.
I know. I was like, shoot. Got Kadarius
you can
Toney.
have the nice.
He's playing really good.
Tony's getting cut. I heard he tweaked his hamstring, man. You got to cut Tony. He's done.
That's tough. Yeah, I mean, I've got him in Dynasty and I hold on to him, whatever. But
Yeah.
this year, he's not going to be able to do much.
No, I mean,
He's never going to
he
be
barely
started.
played
Got
last week.
Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, Mooney, Chris Hall. No way.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry
Tony
about
looked
that,
good last
Brandon.
week, but man, I mean, he didn't play, and now he has the hamstring issue. He's. Ugh. Let's
Yeah.
move on to Cade and Lemons. That's actually an interesting matchup. Lemons 1-0, Cade 0-1. Lemons had a couple players last night. He had Mahomes with 22 points under projection by about 8. Mike Williams had a big game though, 28 points for him. Good for him.
And this live projection was going to look a lot worse, actually. Herbert picked up a couple points at the end of the game, and then somewhat garbage time, not really garbage time because they had the onside opportunity, but he was pretty much had that broken rib.
Didn't he throw a pick six in the end zone?
Oh, that was tough. So what happened is Everett, my tight end Everett, he caught a pass for I don't even know what it was. Maybe
I remember he carried the shit
yards.
out of multiple people. He was literally carrying people down the field.
Yeah, he was dodging and weaving and carrying people, and he got down to inside the 5, and then right after that play, he was saying, "Get me off the field. I'm dead tired," and he stayed on the field, dead tired, and he ran his route, but he didn't really run his route. He kind of walked his route, and just he was supposed to box out a little bit more. But he didn't even really try, and Herbert tried to get him the ball, but no box out. Gave the pick 6 opportunity, and that's what happened. And that really was
that
kind
is
of the
tough
because
that would have been big for Cade there. I mean, Herbert had a good game. He had 30 points, but
I felt really good about that because first of all, I owned Everett and Eckler, so once that's inside the 5, I'm like, please
feels good.
Get it to freaking Eckler. No, they didn't run it to Eckler at all. They just throw a pick 6. Somebody blitzed. I remember got it in Herbert's face. He kind of tried to throw it around the guy that was blitzing and probably had a tough vantage point. See that Chief that kind of just made his way in front of Everett.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a good game. Mike Williams, like I said earlier, he just popped off, caught every single ball that came his way. And Michael's off to a good start in week 2.
Absolutely. Rest of Cade's lineup, Jay Jeff's going to be a beast. Kind of ballsy to start Hunter Renfrow on the flex after a 4-point week, but we'll see how that works out. He's got Arizona. It's a good matchup. I don't know. Cade's live projection projected to lose by about 20. We'll see how that goes. Lemons has Zeke. We'll see. Scary. Flexing Debo is kind of a flex.
Yeah. Saquon already up to the 20-point projection. I mean, I wonder what he was projected last week, but they had to give him a huge boost after what he did last week, showing that he is absolutely back.
Yeah, that was. I can check real quick.
I don't think it was 20, but maybe it was. Maybe
it was 18.
Maybe Yahoo respects Saquon.
18.
Okay, so Yahoo did respect Saquon in week 1.
Some respect on Saquon. Yeah.
I was wondering if they just boosted him up for 1 week that high, but yeah, I mean, it's a good-looking team that Michael has.
Absolutely. Got to feel good about it. And last matchup of this upcoming week, we've got Daddy, a.k.a. George, and Nick B going head-to-head. It's currently 15.8 to George, and Nick B has 12.6. Nick had the Chargers defense, struggled with 2.5 points, and Kelsey only 10. 2 nobodies caught touchdowns for Kansas City. That's kind of a fluke for that one. George had Clyde, 15 points, pretty solid. George is projected to beat Nick B by, 35 points, 116 to 150.
About 34.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, Travis Kelce only being able to put up 10 is really tough.
And starting J.K. Dobbins,
it was barely 10.
His first week back is oof. And, I mean, honestly, Nick kind of has to. I mean, he's McKissick and Ramondre on the bench. Meh. James Cook had negative points last week. Can't start him. Kenneth Gainwell's not very good. He's kind of backed into that corner. Although, I guess Kenneth Gainwell had 11 points last week, but he had a touchdown. So,
does he want to consider Jerry Jeudy as a flex? Something that I looked at right away. Instead of DJ Moore. Not necessarily saying that's a great idea, but after that week 1,
maybe.
If he's down by a lot, it might be, I don't know, maybe he has to think about he's got the higher upside.
Yeah, DJ only had 8 points last week.
DJ Moore does have some upside, but I don't know.
I kind of feel like you have to start DJ Moore every week,
Baker
though, because
he
just booms every now and then, and if he's on your bench, you're going to hate yourself.
Yeah. That is accurate.
So
we'll see how Dobbins can do.
Yeah, as a proud Dobbins owner in a dynasty league, I would love to see Dobbins play well, but there's no way in hell I'm starting him this week.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But that rounds up all the matchup previews, right? I didn't miss any. No, we're good. So
Yeah, that's all of them.
I think that wraps up this week's Weekly Rewind. Jake, any closing thoughts? Yeah.
I don't have really much more to add.
If I lose the
it was a
Preston this
good
week, I'm
one.
a fraud.
I was very happy I was able to pull off that win over Cade in week 1.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Week 2, there's a lot of good matchups just in general. Bears Packers Sunday night. Looking forward to that. That's gonna be a great game.
Green
Bills
Bay's gonna be
play
popping.
on Monday night against Tennessee. Hopefully the Titans can keep that one close.
I think that game's
prime
gonna
time.
stink. That game's gonna be so
I
bad.
was about to say that's supposed after the Titans lose to the Giants, the NFL wanted to freaking flex that one out of there.
Yeah, I mean the
But
Titans were the number 1 seed in the AFC last year, I think, and look at how far they've fallen.
doesn't look like it anymore. AJ Brown not being on there obviously is huge.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Especially with
Traylon
how
looked
good of
good.
a week he did. Oh, I like Traylon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
all I got.
yeah, that's this week. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Good luck to everybody except for Preston and Jake. Who do you play this week? Brandon. So
I play Brandon.
hopefully you two lose, Preston and Brandon. But everybody else, hey, kudos. Good luck.
Yep. All right. Good luck to everybody.
Thanks everybody.
Catch you later.
Bye.